as they fought for second. This triggered a safety car, and you've just talked. Oh, look at it, airborne. The nose almost points to the sky.
Bravery there, and now car's going sideways and off track for a moment. Braking, oh, unfortunately, a
heavy. Armstrong's best, a 1:38.324, and then Francois Beziac in the sister car to that of Hermana Melmazak.
Watch their mirrors the whole time. They almost have to be 50% in the mirrors, 50% looking in front, because these cup cars come up on them so quickly. So that's the first job. The second thing is make sure that they're very distinct about where they want to be on the track. Don't run down the middle. Oh, there we've got a spinner there. In fact, that looks like Chris Taylor.
Let's have a look at the replay again, see what's happened. So John will be looking in his mirrors at this point. He's probably just missed his brake marker. The car actually got sideways to the right first, flicked the other way.
And then it's out of the dirty stuff, isn't it?
You're a passenger. You're an absolute passenger by that point.
You can at the commencement of that replay, and maybe you're better in this country. We are racing here in the Golden Homes GT New Zealand Championship, and Marco gets on with it straight away, wrestles the lead. Nice performance.
Great start there. You can see a little wobble under brakes initially there, as we can see the McLaren of Crema there just getting a little bit wide at the start, which is, again, as we can see.
Oh, now that's more than a graze. Is that car going to be nursing some damage now? So that's Paul Pedersen. Beautiful looking car, and you've just talked. Oh, look at it, airborne. The nose almost points to the sky as it clears the bridge there. That's pretty wild. That would look amazing from the driver's perspective, I would have thought.
Oh, how cool is that? It is such a good feeling being airborne over that bridge. Who's going to give him first?
It's nip and tuck, they're side by side, and somehow, just brilliant bravery there. And now car's going sideways and off track for a moment. Braking, oh, unfortunately, a heavy place. Luckily, they didn't hit Bruce Jenkins right there in the corner, but right where he needs to be. But ITM, they'll be right.
Who's going to rules a little bit more? As we take a look at the start again, though, I want to talk about what you see at the start here. Obviously, Brock doesn't get as good a start as Osborne.
Yeah.
He's got the lead here, but then watch him bring it back.
Yeah, at this point here, I sort of thought that Clay had the edge, but this part
he had the
here,
urge too.
He had the urge as well. But that part there, how they both arrived at that first right-hander together, as we can see the next part there, just unfortunately for Harry, just nowhere to go, and Saxon right down the middle. It's real unfortunate. Nothing at all that Saxon could do. So we watch again. He's just a little bit wide. Out on the dirt, cold tyres, first season in the car for him. It's looks like he's just lost it all on his own there.
What do you do to save something like that when the back end starts to go?
Well, you just got to do everything you can to just keep the car pointing in the right.
Superbly in the background was Hermana Melmazak. Now, this contact between McFarlane and Harrison drew the attention of my commentary colleague in Andrew Waite. So did this spin for one of the Janettas, and amazingly was not collected in the process. Tony Quinn was at the wheel of that car with Grant Aiken, a brush of the wall for Paul Pedersen, and we wondered about whether that Porsche would make it to the end of the race. It most certainly did. Have a look at this. For the race lead, Jono Lester, then at the wheel of that Porsche that he was sharing with Hermana Melmazak, putting the pressure on Marco Giltrap. Pretty wild start as we take a look at some of the highlights for you of the Porsche Pirelli Championship. Race 2 here at Highlands Motorsport Park. Gary Derrick, unfortunately, that Porsche bogging down off the start line, stalling, and even in the second attempt, it struggled to get away. He would...
Right next to Christchurch, we're going up there, and there's only 2 rounds down south, then back up, and we're going to end up doing the final race. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, he's kept going.
And he was clean from there on in. There was some good battles. Pitt involved in this one with All West. Then a mistake from Gok Drilkes. Then problems for John Penny as his car started to lock up and give him some real trouble and judders, I'm sure. But Gok Drilkes under real pressure from Osborne, but he held on, and a mature drive from the youngster from Auckland. Brock Gilchrist wins the race here. Good start from Callum Hedge from pole position, and even better start from Wirtz, who dives into second place ahead of Morales, who started on the front row. He slots into third place. As the race continued, Abel and Quinn, close up quarters for them. Quinn then also in this fight as Abel gets past Ryan Sheehan. They make a run together towards the bridge. Quinn waiting to see what would happen. Sheehan did a very good job, in fact, coming into the complex to hold off Abel, but sadly his luck would run out. Quinn, though, looking to try and get past both of them. A good battle, though, between the two Americans. But that was the moment that changed the race. Just one mistake. That's how critical it is here in this Toyota Racing Series. And sadly, Ryan Sheehan goes off into the forest and into the wall. That brought out the safety car.
It was a beauty for the Golden Homes GT NZ Championship. Brilliant start by Rick Armstrong in second, but they were chasing Marco Giltrap early to keep that car out there before. Oh, look at the air there from the Leicester Malmazac Porsche over the top of the Giltrap Bridge. Oh, and then just behind it, you'll see Wayne's car. So there's the Aston. Look up ahead. Wow, this is at real time.
Yeah, shows how quick it happens. He would have just braked just a little bit on the grass, and as he's gone to turn in, you're obviously at that point trying to load up the right-hand tyres on the car, but when they're on the grass, you've got no grip.
Then this, Todd Borden versus McFarlane on the outside, and up through on the inside comes Armstrong, 2 for the price of 1.
As you can see, the run to the bus stop, side-by-side racing, and excellent stuff by Gray to hold on to the lead, or West in third at this stage. Osborne, though, putting pressure on, and perhaps a little too much. We'll see what the stewards have to say about that. Tom Bewley, though, look at him go. First on All West. And it wasn't long before he was with the leaders, and another perfect move, textbook stuff. Andrew Waite ticking the boxes here as a driver coach, saying that's how you do it.
Big confidence under brakes where he made all his moves. He just had everything he needed at the right corner.
And closing stages, Bewley just took the line. They went side by side for a moment, but it didn't take long. And a very unusual, as you said, pass in an unusual place on the track, but he did it across the line, and from there on in, Dion Pitt, try as he might, and boy did he try, Bewley was just ready and up for it. Great battle all the way. It's exactly what we want from 86 Racing, and it's exactly what Toyota designed. Taking that run to the bus stop, absolutely key. That was the moment that Liam Skeets hit the grass, just got a little oversteer on the exit, and that banged him into the wall. That brought out the safety car, and we had to wait to clear the car off the road. Liam was fine, and then at the restart, plenty of action. Wirtz making his move on Ryder Quinn. A nice move. A little bit of air by the 21. It's that quick. Marcus, what do you see from the start?
Yeah, as I said, very composed. James launched really well. And you see Jacob Abel coming through the inside there. You know, it's a matter of how late you want to brake here. Do you really want to take that risk? And obviously Ryder's, he's hit the marker on the inside, so yeah, not an ideal start for Ryder.
And you're talking about those kind of moments where we get the faster cars lapping the boxes. What's the sort of things you tell them here? Because they are focused on their own battle at the same time, aren't they?
Well, and look, to be fair there, that Boxster's already turned in. He's taking his line there. There's not, you know, you've just got to be a little bit patient there and just let them go. Look, so unfortunately, it's wrecked the race for that car. You can see the steam coming out of it. That's hopefully 90s Cup car Mike Baker getting past the leading Boxster, the black and gold Boxster of Chris Taylor, who's still got that handy little lead.
Had the bravery and took the line to the lead. And once he got the lead, started building on it. And there was some great battles here. Tom Bewley involved early on with Osborne. But then, sadly, he just lunged a little too hard there. Meanwhile, Dion Pitt, once into second place, never looked back. And these two went at each other, as did these two. And Justin Allen, try as he might, and that was the closest he came. He just couldn't get past the ITM car. Great racing throughout. Checkered flag waves, though. Archie-barchie all the way to the finish.
Of rubber that have come off tyres offline. Here we go. Look at that. The still pictures that you can find on Instagram this weekend of both open wheel cars and tin tops like this have been magic. The Giltraps to feature Bit of a odd entry for the Cayman, going nice and shallow, but carrying lots of speed in the hope of making up a spot. Look at this wing mirror to wing mirror among the Boxsters as they fought for second. This triggered a safety car, and unbelievably for the 42, which would later get beached, got away with, there was some damage to the back of the car, but it could have been a heck of a lot worse. Then this brought out the safety car once again, the 65 near the bridge, with the safety car having just been called into the wall.
Big time. Callum Hedge trying to stay with him, but then having a problem. Talking of problems, Abel and Mason getting together, but Morales having no problems. You can